Privet, Katila, ya, ni хорошо, because today we are going to be discussing Avengers Endgame, right, Daniel?
Yes, yes.
So, we actually, this was not planned at all. We actually legitimately about 5 minutes ago decided to just discuss Endgame because we actually don't know why. We just said, fuck it, why not? Yeah, so Daniel just came back from watching it. I just watched it on the day it came out yesterday. We're just so excited. It's our religion. I'm kidding. No,
Yeah. It's like it really is like I don't know. It's like a yearly thing now. Or it was a yearly thing for 2 years.
it's so weird because like an
Now it's
event.
over.
Yeah. So I mean, apparently it's like supposed to end, but like it's not
It's
like a
gonna
fit.
continue with the new Avengers.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's true. That they kind of were setting it up. It's kind of like this is an endpoint, but they could still expand on it because obviously they want to make more money. So yeah, so we're gonna discuss basically what our thoughts on it were, what we kind of thought of certain scenes, what we were expecting. So I guess, how did we think? Let's just start with broad questions. Like, what do you think this movie like was a good place to end? Like, was it a good ending plot to end?
Yeah,
I don't know what I don't
it
know what I'm
like
talking about.
yeah. I think it like really tied it together really well in the end. Like
Mm-hmm.
I halfway through the movie I'm like, what the hell is this? Like I was like I don't know, it wasn't very good in my opinion. It was at like a good 5 out of 10. But then like the second half of the movie just like made my like rating go all the way up to a 10 out of 10. It was so good.
Yeah,
The
I
ending was
give it.
amazing.
Yeah, I would give the movie a 9 out of 10, or at least a very good way to end. Like, just even if you're not a superhero, like extraordinaire connoisseur French person, you know, you could appreciate that something that cost like trillions. I assume. I'm kidding. It probably cost a few billion, but to make this franchise come together over like a decade, like what it was like 20 movies or something altogether, and it all
Yeah,
kind of
20 something.
and it all weaves together, and this is like it
11
all
years.
comes, it all comes to this point. Um,
We can
so
forget
yeah,
about the Hulk movies though.
yeah. I actually have never watched the Hulk movies, to be quite
They're
honest.
kind of they're all right. They're like maybe a 5, 6 out of 10.
Ugh. Yeah. The thing with movies is that whenever if they're actually a good movie, I overestimate the rating, and then like maybe a month or two later, I like the rating drops by like 1 point or something. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm over the hype now.
yeah.
Um, it was like that for my Zootopia thing. I was like, it's the best movie in the world. But anyway,
I went to see it a couple times. You're like, ooh, I don't know.
yeah, I mean it's still good, but anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So the movie was really good. It was a very good endpoint. I guess so. This is
Endgame.
also, yes, it was it was an endgame. And I think we're gonna make this a spoiler review. I guess I don't know if this is a review. We're not gonna be like, oh, let me tell you exactly how it all breaks down, and this is what this is not. It's just like our just free flow, our
Yeah, this is definitely
plebeian.
gonna be spoilers. Like I don't know
Yeah.
how I would do this without spoilers.
Yeah, but this is just a free flow shit post, just kind of like, hey, this is our just plebeian opinion on it. We're not like movie critics, like, so hey, I can't make movies for shit. I mean, I don't know. So hey, this is I mean,
Yeah,
just
your
from
videos are ass. I'm just kidding.
uh,
I'm just kidding. I
what?
love your videos.
What? Well, you're banned. I'm
I'm
kidding. Okay.
subscribed on 4 accounts.
Yeah, it's kind of like PewDiePie. You have to subscribe to all your channels now. It's your
Yes, sir.
duty to. Um, yeah, so as we can see, so yeah, I liked it. It was a very good way to end it. So now to the I mean, where should we start?
Start at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I guess so. For the beginning, I actually was surprised. I was going in there. I'm like, okay, Thanos has all the Infinity Stones. Now they're gonna have to do something to like they're gonna do something to overpower his Infinity Stones, and they're gonna do so, and that's they're gonna go. So I'm like, okay, so they're like, let's beat his ass. I'm like, wow, already 5 minutes in. Okay, so 5 minutes in, they're about to beat Thanos' ass. Okay, now I think Thanos is gonna kick their ass, and they're gonna have to recharge their plane with Captain Marvel or something like that.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
no,
what
Captain.
everybody expected.
Yeah, and then like no, then Thanos fucking like gets the French King treatment, and then gets his head chopped off.
Yeah, it was
And
so
then
out of it. Like it's just they're kicking his ass. I'm like, so is this where it ends? Is just where it roll credits, and then Thor just like swings his giant hammer, and just cuts his head straight off. I'm like, what?
When he chopped his hand off, I'm like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
Like,
And then
wow.
when his head came off, I'm like, it was like even louder, like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. That was really, and then at the end, and then in a weird twist of irony, Thanos is still the villain in the movie by the end of it. It's just so weird how like you think he's gonna get a villain, and then he isn't a villain, and then he becomes the villain at the end of it.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
all my friends are right. They're like, it's all gonna be time travel in the quantum realm. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I never saw Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's like two Marvel movies, MCU movies I've never seen. There's Ant-Man and the Wasp and Avengers: Age of Ultron.
you haven't seen Avengers: Age of Ultron? I mean, it's not
No,
essential, but
but like
uh,
everybody was telling me like all my friends are telling me halfway through the movie like how there's like so many references to that movie alone.
yeah, the it was
Like the flashback or the flash forward that Captain America had with the shield broken in half and stuff.
oh my god,
I don't know if you noticed that one.
you just fucking blew my
Yeah,
mind.
see.
Wow. I thought that was something that was in the movie in Avengers Age of Ultron. Apparently that was I mean I didn't refresh my mind when I was doing it. I was just
Yeah, I should have went back and like watched some of the movies, but I
yeah,
just watched a
that's what Philip
15
has
minute I
that's
watched like
what
a 15-minute review before I went today.
I didn't watch it all. I'm like I can't I'm not wasting it. I'm gonna I'm not dicing it or fuck. I'm not taking the chance. I'm watching the movie as soon as it comes out. I'm not gonna get spoiler because I bet you not. When I went on Instagram this morning, I was spoiled like right off the
Oh yeah,
bat. Like
every comment section on every single post. Like
it's
I
like
follow
it's
a bunch of NFL pages and like every comment section on every NFL page. It's like it's like
it's like Iron Man gets killed. I'm like fuck.
yeah.
Um
My favorite spoiler that I saw was Thor plays Fortnite.
or
I've seen a bunch of those. That's a funny
there's
spoiler
a
though.
few
Like I'll
tricky
take
ones on Twitter where there was this one where uh uh it's they post some pictures. He's like Avengers or like how to break down the movie, but it's like spoiler free, and like one of them is like here's the real hero, and it's like a rat. I'm like I don't remember the raccoon being like as you can see I'm not actually a big like lover of I'm just putting my opinion. I even forgot his name. Thrax
Rocket.
Rock fucking wow. Okay. Anyway, so this guy's gonna have to put my ass in place whenever. So Rocket, he like I'm like, how did Rocket save the day? He was just a normal person in it. I'm like, oh, it was because the rat turned on the Space
Yeah,
Jam, the Back to the
the
Future thing.
quantum realm.
Yeah, and then send him back. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, there's so many like Back to the Future references, by the way. Like,
oh yeah, that.
like it was just identical almost. Like, it was funny because when I went to my friend's house to meet up with my friends to go to the movies earlier,
Mm-hmm.
it was like they were playing, they were watching Back to the Future. I'm like, hold up, it was just like
What?
a weird coincidence because like Avengers Endgame, like there's a scene where like it's just like Back to the Future.
Yeah, the
I don't remember which exact one,
I,
but
I I remember the very beginning when the movie started. Like the when Hawkeye's kids blew away. I actually predicted that. I was actually like, yeah, they're gonna
oh
like.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, the reason why he's like killing everyone in the trailer is because his his family gets dusted away.
yeah. I mean, I guess that's one of the more obvious things that people
Yeah,
could predict.
and I mean, it was probably essential. I mean, it was yeah, it
I
was
don't think anyone predicted the deaths in the way that the three big characters went out.
yeah. I don't think anyone could have
And
ever.
no one predicted the way or how they
Yeah,
did it.
so I mean, think of it like so. You know the so yeah, let's get that back to that in a little bit. When I'll
Yeah,
at the very
let's take it slow.
at the very beginning, I like that entire scene was like so. As you can see, I'm like very pissed if someone's like making some noise. Like I get extremely pissed. Like I like my there was some like fat ass behind me who was like breaking open his like fucking like pizza, and like his candy bars. And it was like. And I'm like, what? I like my head turns behind the seat. I'm like, and I just like, and then I just like slowly look back. Like I don't want to like look back and look obvious, so I just kind of like look at. I just am really pissed. And then this like fat ass person, like this other bloated American. I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
not pissing on Americans. Just a fat ass. But it's like this fat black guy, and he was like, "Hey, you have my seat." And then and then the guy's like, what? Oh yeah. And then he like said, oh, and then he goes to the person next to, oh yeah, you're in my seat. And then they all have to like all sit up and
They all have to
rearrange
move.
themselves.
I hate
Like,
that. Every
like,
time I go to the movies, that happens.
like,
What's up
God
with that?
damn, sit your asses down. Jesus Christ. There's numbers there. Oh, I hope everyone here passed the first grade. But anyway, so I'm like, God, I hope this. And then there's like this like couple behind me who are like talking and they're like, I'm like, shut up, whores. But anyway, and then so that was that. So the beginning, I'm like, oh, I'm like that like really grinded my gears. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be if these fuckers ruin my movie experience. But then it got better. Like after the
Yeah,
Hawkeye
so you
scene,
had
everyone
a bunch of idiots in your movie
in the
theater.
beginning, but then
And
afterwards, everyone started,
but
kind of settling down.
in my movie theater, it was like a bunch of us lame people. Because like when I saw Infinity War,
Mm-hmm.
they were like, maybe it's because I saw a later showtime. I don't know, but everybody was just so like into it. Everybody's clapping. They're like screaming when like
Well, that might be.
yeah, it's just like the best movie experience I've ever had. But then Endgame, I know these like lazy like idiots, and they're just like
They
I don't
just
know
didn't
when
do anything,
they had like big entrances, like when Doctor Strange portals everybody in or whatever.
and they were just like jerking
Like,
off in the middle of it or
yeah,
something.
like me and my friends, I'm like, oh, let's start clapping. Let's get everybody else clapping, and like no one claps. I'm like,
God, that
what?
would have been embarrassing. I would have. Jesus.
Me and my friends clapped and we were screaming, so we were like the ones that were really into it, but no one else was.
I'm not like that type of person. Like I did feel some emotions, but I didn't like bawl down and cry. Like I heard some like at the end when everyone started.
Yeah, I heard some sniffling.
Yeah, I heard some sniffling. There was actually the best parts like when there's like a joke that the movie has, and then people just laugh. That's like the best experience for like. And then the movie theater ups. It's like yes, this is what they've been creating this for, and like
Yeah,
like damn, that's awesome.
yeah, there was a
So
lot of people laughing in my theater. They enjoyed the comedy, I guess.
I mean I guess we were expecting. Did you expect uh I guess the time travel thing. Like, what do you think about their time traveling thing? Do you think it was like kind of
Well,
like a cheap cut, like cock off, or
well, I mean, everybody I know has been telling me like, oh, they're gonna be time traveling, and I'm like, okay, I guess. So I didn't really look that far into it. I was just excited about the movie in general. But like, and then once I saw that they are time traveling, I'm like, oh, everybody was right. I guess
yeah, it
that was pretty cool. I guess.
Do you think they? I mean, I don't know how else they would have done it, but
I mean, it was a little confusing, but like by the end of the movie, you get it. You just got to think a little bit.
yeah. But too bad I can't think about it because it's too confusing. I don't have an
Yeah.
IQ that high.
I don't know. So I think one of the like the biggest like weird things that's in the beginning of the movie that kind of made me like, oh, I don't know what's going on here was like the introduction of Thor in this movie.
Oh, really?
It was like I don't know, like when they go to New Asgard and it's like, and they're just like in some crappy town on Earth. I'm like, what the hell is this? And Thor's like thick ass comes out.
You
I
know,
don't know, and he's so fat, and I'm like, what is happening? I
there
ended
was
up liking it, but I don't know.
yeah, he was pretty fun along with the Hulk a little bit. I think Hulk actually brought some
No, that was
humor.
another weird thing. Like I was like, what are they doing with the Hawk?
It looks
Now
like
he's like a
they all
hybrid.
became like degenerate. Like they're like we're in retirement now or something.
Yeah.
They all seem like they went through that. I think the two cringiest things that kind of made me close my eyes. I close my eyes at like anything that's like remotely cringy, but I think the two ones that I think I even heard some groans was when they were playing Fortnite.
Oh my god, I thought
I'm
that was
like
funny actually.
I I'm like oh god.
I know what the next one's gonna be. The dab.
What? The dab? Oh my god. Wait, where oh no, the dab? There was a dabbing?
Yeah, the Hawk was like, remember when he was taking pictures with those kids?
He dabbed?
And the kids were like walking away. He's like, "All right, kids, see you later. Remember to dab." And he
Oh my
dabs. I'm
god.
like, Jesus
I
Christ.
think my mind was like, you can't if that comes through your mind, you're gonna like fucking close your eyes and glue them shut. I think my
I guess
mind
that's
just
like
like
Black. Did you see Black Panther?
yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's like the scene where Shakira's
Like
like,
what are those?
whatever her name is. She's like, "What are those?" Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what's the names? The Russo brothers. I don't know what they're thinking, but
I think they were trying to
that
like
ain't it, Chief.
yeah, that wasn't it. I think they're the Fortnite. Yeah, so that was the other thing. The other thing was it's a bit more subtle. Was the ending when it's like she isn't alone, and then like a woman like so then I think the bald black princess from Wakanda comes around.
Michonne. I call her
Michonne.
Michonne just because
Michonne. Oh yeah, yeah. She's so Michonne.
That's
Michonne
the
from
only
The
thing I
Walking
know her
Dead
by.
comes.
Yeah,
And
I
then
can't
like
remember his
all
name.
the women come around and like it's the feminist, team. I'm like, oh god, it's like, oh, women power, hell yeah. Like like
Oh, that's
I
another cringy thing. Okay, like I
like
know
I don't
I'd probably get a lot of flack for this, like if I was popular. Obviously, I'm not, but like on YouTube.
watch this
But
blow up to like
but
400,000 and then
oh,
like
dude, then
everyone
I'm screwed. I have to create a new like identity anyway.
move to Venezuela or something.
Brie Larson or Captain Marvel
Oh
when
yeah.
she came out and her hair was chopped off like a feminist like lesbian.
I have the same thoughts.
I was Me and my
Oh,
friends looked at each other. We were like, what the hell are they
she
doing?
just was it just me or does she give off that like bitchy like kind of like she didn't seem like she
She seemed cool in Captain Marvel, like the movie, but like in this movie, when she chops all her hair off, she looks like a feminist like retard. Like I was just like, I don't know.
yeah,
And I
and
have nothing wrong with feminism. Like it's fine. Like I love feminism, but not like the ultra like cancerous feminism that
yeah, I don't
what she promotes, like the actress
she
promotes in real life.
the thing with her is that or the thing with I'm like the thing is I don't mind like female like it's like for example when the females were doing their roles like I'm like I didn't mind I didn't see them as female I saw them as a cool person doing cool power things but then it's
Mhm.
like we're women we're fighting as these female power she's not alone it's like that's just cringe you just post a cringe bro that's just so
Yeah,
and then Brie
they're putting
Larson
too
just
much
sounded
into it.
and I feel like I don't know if this is because I got she said some I don't know I mean yeah she's a good superhero Brie Larson but um I think she just contributed she just
She was
always
not
sound
in this movie a lot. Like she contributed
yeah
like nothing, and then
I
she
know
comes in
and
and
then just
she's
blows
so
up
powerful and she just kills like everything. And I'm like, what is happening?
she just destroys everything yeah yeah that's the thing I think we could just kind of move
I
this
think she
to
was a little
like
bit too overpowered.
yeah
Like I thought they were introducing Captain Marvel to the MCU to be like the only one who can defeat Thanos because of how powerful she is.
hmm
But she wasn't even in the movie. She didn't even defeat Thanos. It wasn't even her. It was Iron Man.
she literally is like
She did nothing. She did
yeah,
nothing in this movie. She had
she blew
no
up the
control.
main ship by like literally just bulging through it.
So like literally, Captain Marvel's only purpose in the MCU was to be like a feminist like stance like for Marvel.
Yeah, I guess that's just my kind of
Which
complaint
I
is
mean, it's
that
fine.
she,
You can have a female superhero. I loved it. I mean, the movie was like a 9 out of 10. It was so good. But like
yeah,
the she contributed nothing. I thought she was coming in here so she could be the only one to defeat Thanos.
yeah, I think it's just that there could have been, yeah, that's kind of how I thought. I'm like, okay, so they're doing Captain Marvel, and then like the end credit scene of Avengers Infinity War, it's kind of like, oh, he sends a thing out to Marvel, and then they have Captain Marvel before, Endgame,
Yeah. I mean,
and
I
so I'm like,
like what they
okay,
did with it. I like how Thanos got defeated.
yeah, so like
I like
how,
who defeated him, but like I just don't like how
so
they
yeah,
introduced her and just so she doesn't do anything. I mean,
yeah,
useless
I
character
guess we
really.
could just agree that she could have done a lot more. And I guess moving on to I guess hmm, where should we move on from there?
Let's go to like middle of the movie,
All
like when it
right.
starts really kind of like the climax, the changing point, I
I
guess.
guess how do you think they how do you think they dealt with like the after snap thing? Like how do you think they kind of that
Well,
post world thing?
well, in the trailer, it seemed like they're all really sad. They're all crying, and they're like, but in the actual movie, they're all kind of just like, bleh, whatever. That was cool. And then like
Yeah.
the 5 years later, and then they're really like, oh, this is whatever. We're just living. And they made the Earth seem like some wasteland, but there's still 50% of the population.
Yeah.
So Earth wouldn't be that much of a wasteland like they portrayed it.
They did kind of well I mean if half the planet like got wiped off the
I mean, the
there's
governments
obviously
would probably shut down, blah blah blah. But like,
but I think after a few years they would like kind of restabilize I guess a bit more
yeah,
drastically.
they'd get some sort of small governments going back up, especially the U.S. because of what they have
Yeah.
already established. Like they
Yeah.
would recover pretty easily.
Yeah, I liked how they kind of sneaked in a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, there's more. They still made Thanos kind of seem pretty cool. It's like, oh yeah, there's like more animals in the ocean now because like there's less shipping and plastic and everything.
Yeah,
They kind of still. It was not.
I like that.
I liked
Yeah.
how they were trying to make it more gray and all that instead of just Thanos being evil. Do you think
Mhm.
Thanos was more evil in this movie? It seemed like he was like at the end he's like, I now realize I need to destroy all life and make a new universe or something.
Well, I mean, because he has all these little pests and retards from like from our planet Earth trying to stop him. So like, of course he's gonna be more evil.
Yeah,
And I don't know.
it seemed, yeah, he seemed a bit more yeah, I so yeah,
Honestly,
you know,
like I can see his point of view. Obviously, it's not moral to like wipe out 50% of the population at all.
uh-huh.
Like I can see where he's coming from, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a bunch of people get wiped out. I mean, I'm kidding. We do not endorse genocide on this hangout.
No genocide. Genocide not allowed.
I so yeah, so around the middle of the movie, so I guess where should we? They kind of split off to four places. I guess the weirdest thing is that like there's so
But that was
many like
kind of hard to keep
unanswered.
up with.
They make these like unanswered like timelines and all that. Like what if like for example that one timeline in 2012 where Loki gets away with it with the cube.
Yeah.
Like now that timeline's fucked. Like we don't know what happened. They're like, okay, I
Well,
guess this one's fucked.
now Loki's gonna be back. I think, in my opinion,
You
it's
think so?
possible that he doesn't come back, but I think he will come back.
That's just like I think that's just like another timeline. So I think maybe. I mean, I don't know.
He
Maybe.
might. We'll see.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like how they
So
fucked
let's
up.
start with that one. So that's that one. Like, I like how they didn't like all flawlessly get the stones.
Yeah, they everyone
So
like some
they
people
did
got the
mess up.
stones and some others like could like they had to like improvise or improvise. Never mind.
But yeah, so like
Some of them.
Loki escaped with that stone, and I like what they did with it, and became like Back to the Future, where like Tony Stark met his dad, and
Oh
you know
yeah, yeah. That was a good one. There was
that was a really good scene. I like what it turned into, and I liked
yeah,
how I don't know. I just thought it was amazing. Then the Captain America versus Captain America fight.
yeah.
That was
I
really well
liked
done.
like how everyone kind of saw their old like Captain America saw his like girlfriend and who
Yeah,
was
and then he also saw himself, and he was like, "Yeah, that really is America's ass."
well no like remember when he was in he saw like a picture of himself and he saw the
And then he
girl
saw his
in the
girlfriend. Yeah.
1970s. Yeah, it was like in the 1970s. Yeah, she I think it's kind of like it also is like a prelude to that's why he like skipped it and all that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess yeah, that's Captain America was pretty. It's yeah, and then he was like Hell Hydra. That was like
Yeah, that
everyone
was.
got like shook and all
Yeah, I was pretty shook on that one.
that. um,
Then the other timeline, you
and then
got
they
Thor going to his mom.
oh yeah, like everyone kind of had their own. Like for example, his mom was gonna die that day, and it doesn't matter because like he has to go on. He can't just save his
Yeah,
mother because so it's like everyone has their own little thing, and
yeah. I like how she knew that he was from the future, and she just wasn't gonna let him tell her anything.
so trippy, man.
It
So
really was.
I wish life was kind of like that, just a lot more. I guess just I mean, in a way, life is kind of like already trippy if you think about it, but like we just kind of
Yeah,
got used to it.
yeah, it really is.
And so
So
yeah,
what's the other timeline? The last
uh,
one, they go
there's
to
there was
the planet where Quill went
Quill
on to
was
in the first
basically he
movie.
was dancing like a retard, and then like he kind of danced like how I was, and then he got like knocked out.
Yeah, that was funny. I like how yeah, that got really trippy when like there's two nebulas and they're sharing the same mind, and it's like
How did that work out? I was kind of confused on that.
so like there's two nebulas, but they shared the same like network or
Hmm.
whatever or systems of minds because they're like half machine, whatever, or mainly a machine, I guess. So like the nebula that was with Thanos was like experiencing what was happening with the other nebula.
Hmm.
So like that's how Thanos figured out that they were coming to get those stones.
That's weird. That's really weird. Yeah, the Nebula. I like how what how did Nebula get the brown or bronze thing from her to her forehead again? She kind of is like, oh, I'm redeeming myself now after getting kicked in the ass
She
all
just
the
kind of
time.
like grabbed it off her head like it was nothing. I thought
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know. I feel like in previous movies they were like ripping that thing off her head and it hurt her or something, but like this one she just kind of clipped it off like a USB or something. I'm like, okay, nice.
Yeah. So how do you think they did Nebula? Do you think Nebula how do you think she grew?
I like it. I like Nebula. I like the actress that plays her.
Uh huh.
I thought I don't know. I think she's well done. I'm glad she's still in the she's still gonna be in volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy.
How do you
probably.
think? Where do you think her? I guess it's kind of in a way she like saves Iron Man, but then
Yeah.
like when they brought her when she saved it, she kind of screwed it all up. But then again, it's like was like I guess it was just kind of inevitable that was going to happen. So it's like I
Hmm.
don't and then yeah, I think with the what do you think of? Oh yeah, no, the other one was the Hawkeye and Natasha going to the Soul Stone,
Oh yeah.
and then
Did you actually know that the guy that played Red Skull, or is that his name, Red Skull
yeah,
or Red Face? Or I don't know. I don't remember.
Red Skull.
I've seen that movie like a million times, but I still remember. Anyway, did you know the guy that plays him is like Aaron from The Walking Dead?
Really?
They like changed actors
The
for Infinity
fuck?
War,
It's
Endgame.
impossible.
That's what I heard. It's
That's
whatever that guy's name is, Aaron from The Walking Dead.
that is impossible. No, I'm kidding. I
Because
understand.
you can tell like there's different like voices from like the one from Captain America and the one from this.
I didn't I mean, I last time I saw Captain America was years ago. This
Yeah.
is why you should all watch it before you go to
Yeah,
Endgame.
you should watch some sort of bigger recap than
Yeah,
10
this is why
minutes.
I'm shooting the shit, and I don't know how this relates to everything. As I said, we just decided to make this like 5 minutes before we went live.
Yeah.
Um,
But
yeah,
yeah, I thought that was cool how like they both really wanted to sacrifice themselves. Like they were putting themselves above everybody else, which is like good to be, that's
which is kind
good
of like what
traits
it
for an
means.
Avenger.
Yeah, which is what kind of yeah, and I guess it was like a really great send off for their character and all that because it's
Yeah, for
like
Natasha to jump off.
yeah, because I mean the thing is like where else
I
is
was
she
so
gonna go?
like I was like which one's jumping off because Natasha is like more people like her, more people like Black Widow,
Mm-hmm.
but then like Hawkeye like has this family that he's always wanted to go back to. So I'm like, who are they gonna kill? Like it has to be one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's apparently like for actually I have two questions. I don't know if you could answer them. One is why was Hawkeye just killing people? It's like, oh, how where I became a killer of Japanese
Uh,
samurai. It's like why are you murdering people?
I don't know.
What
I thought that was like a really kind of cringy scene. To be honest with you, it was like
why were they
some weeb
speaking
shit.
I'm like, what the fuck is this weeb
Yeah,
shit?
did he learn Japanese in 5 years? I don't
I mean,
know.
I mean,
I thought that was cringy, and I thought it was like there's a lot of plot holes in that area.
yeah, I guess maybe in future Avengers movies, since he's like we kind of delved, maybe he made enemies along the way, and that's kind of like where his character goes. Like it kind of it's probably open for more for his future character since he lives, Um,
Hmm. I
so I
mean,
think
This movie did make me like his character a lot more.
yeah,
Because before this movie, I was like, I hate Ant Man, I hate Hawkeye, I refuse to watch any movies with them in it. But like now, I actually really love both characters, and I'm probably gonna go back and watch Ant Man with the Wasp now.
yeah.
I didn't watch it before because I just didn't. I had no interest in the character.
Spoilers. He has you could say he has the birds and the bees with the wasp.
Yes, he
I'm kidding.
does.
I'm,
That's
I'm
what I've
kidding.
heard.
I'm kidding. Um,
You know what's funny? The video I watched with like the recap of MCU for the to like watch Endgame, I guess.
mhm.
When they got to the two Ant Man movies, the guy was like, "Well, these two movies' stories have like nothing to do with Endgame, so we're just gonna skip them." I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, oh yeah, and the second. So yeah, besides I guess it's like a good way. We could probably. I mean, it's a good way if they exploit it correctly for his future movies, I guess. But in that, I'm like, it just didn't make sense. At least as a like, what the fuck? Why is he murdering random people? I became a
Yeah.
murderer. Why? But anyway, and then the second one is like Natasha was talking with all these holograms, and she like started crying after mentioning like a Mexican drug cartel or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why? What happened?
I think
What
she was
happened?
still sad from everybody dying, but that was 5 years previous, so I'm not sure.
I have no clue. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you crying? What's going on? What and what did Natasha? I understand like Scarlet, like witch, but like, what did she do? Like, what Natasha wasn't like.
Scarlet Witch had like kind of a small part in this movie. She had like a cool like breakout scene because of like what they did to Vision.
Yeah, she. I mean,
That actually
because
made
everyone
me
at the
mad.
end, because everyone at the end.
I thought Vision was gonna make like a reemergence because in the comics he came back as like a white or Ghost Vision. I don't know what it's called, but he didn't come back in this one.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Well, I
He's
think some
gone.
people just have to be kind of dead, you know? Like
Yeah, I
it
thought
just
he was one of the
makes
ones
things
coming back.
yeah. So like, that's why I think, like Loki might be dead, and some people
Yeah,
have to just die, not like I guess like because when I first watched Infinity War, when everyone died, I'm like, wow, Jesus. And then like a day later, I'm like, okay. After I researched it, I'm like, okay, it looks like this
yeah,
isn't like gonna be
yeah.
fine.
I had to like discuss with people for like a whole day to like until I realized, oh wait, all these guys are coming back.
Yeah, I
Like I don't know,
guess.
I was like a retard or something. But then like after this one, I talked with people for like 5 minutes after the movie ended. I'm like, oh well, I know what's happening with all these characters. They're not
Yeah,
coming back.
you know, I
Maybe Loki.
I
We'll
was
see.
having this like discussion with like with my brother about like, oh, I think all the main Avengers are gonna die,
Hmm.
and in a way they kind of do, but like I thought they were all gonna sacrifice their lives so like everyone could get like reborn or something,
Yeah,
but like that didn't happen.
I think it was a big plot twist that Black Widow died because no one expected her. Everybody was like, it's Captain America and Iron Man. They're gonna die.
In a way, they did that.
And then
Well,
when Black Widow died, I'm like, wow, okay, that was kind of crazy.
um, when the fight for the gauntlet and all that at the end, that was actually like really tense. Like I kind of
Yeah, I was kind of scared. I was on the edge of my seat.
when yeah, that was really. I'm like when he was gonna. I wasn't expecting him to like when he snapped his fingers um that like it was gonna be like a comedic thing where he just snaps and nothing happens.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, I thought something was gonna happen, like because everyone's just been fighting everything. What did you think about how I think one of my favorite thing is when Captain America could wield the hammer,
Yeah.
like because
Oh yeah, that was. I don't understand that.
they
I don't know if people.
remember in because you didn't watch Avengers Age of Ultron.
Exactly. That's another
What
thing.
happened was so they were playing a little game in Avengers Age of Ultron, and they were trying to like pick up Thor's hammer, and no one can do it.
Hmm.
Now, when Captain America did it, now he couldn't do it either, but like the thing moved just a very, very tiny bit. And Thor was like very
Shook.
nervous for a second.
Shook.
Yeah, um the and Thor in the movie was like, I knew this was like he's like, I knew I had a feeling this was true or something like that. So it was like because everyone thought that was just like a comedic scene they had, and then they actually like restructured it where it like connects
Oh
back to
yeah.
this.
Okay.
Like, wow, that was like one of my very cool like
That's a wow moment, bro
yeah,
moment.
yeah. Um, yeah, that was that. I guess so like everyone kind of had their own like I kind of had like how all it wasn't just it was like also all the time things, all the time places had their own different things. But
Yeah.
it's kind of wacky how like it's like 2014. I'm like, wow, I was 14. Like, so you expect it to be like, oh, 1986 or something. Okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't born
I
then.
like how they like, kind of like redid all those scenes for
Yeah,
this movie, and I thought that was crazy.
that was
Especially
crazy.
when they went to 2012 with the first Avengers movie.
Hmm.
I thought that was amazing. How like what's her name? Like the person in Doctor Strange, the lady.
Hmm.
I don't know her name. I can't remember it. I don't know why, because Doctor Strange is like my favorite movie, but favorite MCU movie. But anyway, I just thought it was crazy that she's over there fighting along with them, but they never knew.
Really? Oh my god.
None
Yeah,
of
I
them
just
knew who she
remember.
was, but she's fighting along with the Avengers pretty much.
I like how
And then she's like, "Oh yeah, 4 blocks over, Doctor Strange is uh performing surgeries or whatever." It's kind of trippy.
yeah, because he wasn't an Avenger at the time. But
Uh,
it was also like in 24. It's like, oh yeah, you were like it's gonna be like as we grow up, it's gonna be like as we grow, it's like, oh yeah, and then like when they make movies, they're like, oh yeah, this happened in 2016. I'm like we were there in that time period, not
hmm.
just like it's not past anymore. It's actually something we lived through, and that's I don't know, that's really trippy
Yeah,
for me.
then this Avengers like phase, this like MCU phase, is like it's gonna go down as like the greatest movie.
It's
I don't
gonna
know
definitely be like
sequence in like history. It's like the greatest. thing. I don't
Or
know.
it's gonna be kind of like the Star Wars. It's like where were you when Star Wars came out, and then like
Yeah, we're gonna be telling our kids about this one day. Be like, yeah, we were there. I remember opening night of Avengers Endgame and
yeah,
Infinity War.
yeah. I remember the people
Great
being
times.
annoying and all that.
Yeah, I remember the land whales behind me.
Yeah. So what else? I guess let's go to the end kind of a little
Should we
bit.
talk about the other deaths or all the deaths,
Um,
or should we wait on that one?
which deaths do you
Like, I want to talk about all three, like in depth.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, so start with the first one that happened, or
Iron Man.
the send offs, the three send offs. We'll call it that.
So
So the first one that happened is Scarlett Johansson. What's her name? Black Widow. Black
Black
Widow.
Scarlet Johansson. Everyone's like, I'm gonna come all over Scarlet Johansson. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I I,
chill.
I, I kind of like. I mean, I don't think I'm not that invested in like Scarlet. I wasn't that invested in Black Widow's storyline, but apparently, like when she never knew her parents, and then like the Red Skull guy kind of like told her her father's name.
Yeah,
I think that was like a big deal. I'm like, oh yeah, this. I mean, this is a big deal, but I just didn't know she didn't know her parents.
yeah,
But it's
me either.
probably
I
it was
think she
probably
kind of deserved her own movie at some point. To be honest with you, she's a great character.
yeah, especially like a
Maybe she deserved one like back when Iron Man like was first making his trilogy.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know, but
Everyone. I remember when I first watched Avengers. I was like it was like the end of elementary school, beginning of middle school for me.
yeah.
Um, I remember everyone was like, "Oh, Hulk is this, and Iron Man's that," and then there's Black Widow who has like a pistol.
And
like everyone's
then
kind of
there's
shitting
Hawkeye
on
with the
her.
bow.
Yeah, and then everyone's like shitting on her and all that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I liked how her and Hawkeye were fighting, just like to die. I guess.
Yeah, they were all just kind of. It's kind of like because usually in those fight scenes, everyone's like, "No, you're gonna die. No, you're gonna," and they kind of fight off, and whoever
Yeah.
triumphs.
Honestly, for a minute there, like I thought, like Hawkeye was about to like toss this bitch off the cliff or something. Like I thought it was over. I thought Hawkeye was gonna turn on her or something.
But then it becomes like they just keep fighting on who to die. It's just like, no, I'm dying. No, I'm
Yeah,
dying.
and then Hawkeye jumps off. I'm like, well, I guess it's Hawkeye. And then here comes Black Widow jumping off the cliff after him. I thought that was pretty crazy.
I thought for a split moment, like if they were gonna both like fake fall, and then like it's gonna like automatically
Oh yeah,
trigger,
yeah.
and then they just like shoot like a harpoon up, and then they both survive or something. I was kind of, or
Yeah, he was
like
like say Hawkeye just crawls around the cliff and Black Widow goes up and she's like, well, he died. I have the stone now.
yeah, yeah. I was the
That'd be
first
pretty funny.
for a few seconds. I kind of thought that they were gonna like just troll the thing, but
Yeah,
um. So yeah, that's that.
but yeah,
And
so Black Widow dead, not coming back.
yeah,
Oh yeah, and then when after they're like on that dock on the lake or whatever, I'm like, oh, and then who I don't know who it was. Someone was talking about her coming back, and I'm like,
that
oh,
was that
maybe
was
she'll come back.
that was Hulk. Because remember how Hulk in Avengers,
Yeah,
she like always calmed him down and all that.
yeah.
That's why I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Like they
That's why he
always like,
likes her a lot. Yeah.
yeah. That's the and
So
I think
I thought when Hulk was talking about that, I'm like, well, he's a smart guy. He's a scientist, so maybe she'll come back. And
so. I
then
have
they
a
all shut him down. I'm like, oh, okay.
I I have a question for the because like that's because they were trying to get her back with the because when he slapped his fingers, he
Yeah,
uh he he wanted to bring her back. He said, but he couldn't.
yeah. She was trying to.
Yeah, but apparently so what happened? Like I don't understand. So he snapped his fingers, and then like everyone started like they started, and then like Thanos came and like blew up the entire thing, and then like so
Yeah,
what? How did that work out?
I don't understand that either. Because like I don't know if there's like a control panel for this glove thing or something. Because like when Thanos snapped his fingers in the first place, half the universe died, and then
Yeah.
when the Hulk snapped his fingers, half the universe came back, and then
Do they like come back in their
jumping
original
forward
spots or
when
what
Iron
happened?
Man snaps his fingers, and then half of Thanos' army, or all of Thanos' army dies. So I'm like, what is happening? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who's controlling this glove. I don't know if it's like maybe it is in your mind because it's the Mind Stone.
maybe.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's the Mind Stone.
Yeah, for I think for
in their
me, I
heads.
think I think what happened was that when when he snapped his fingers, uh the Doctor Strange, he that's when they all came back. But Doctor Strange knew this was happening. He's like, okay, look, it's all gonna bomb. They're gonna bomb everyone, right? And then we
And then
only
you
have a
gotta go
few
save them.
minutes. We have to. Everyone has to like get into position to. So everyone just got. They didn't see anything coming. They all snapped away, right?
Yeah.
But then now they came back after a few years, and they're like, "What happened? Okay, we have to like reorganize ourselves," and that's why they came back.
Yeah.
Um, um, uh, so I think that's what was the purpose of the first snap. And then like when
Yeah. For everybody to come back.
you know, I was legitimately thinking that Ant-Man, Ant-Man was about to be dead or something, or Hawkeye. Because remember when it like blew up and he just like flew back and all that?
Mm-hmm.
He just fun.
That was so, I don't know. I thought that was hilarious. The lady next
They
to me like was giving me these like nasty looks because like so he snaps his Hulk snaps his fingers, right, and everybody comes back and he's like, I think it worked. And then here comes Nagasaki over here. And he bombs the shit out of them, and like Ant-Man, like I don't know how he survived that. Like he got obliterated.
Yeah,
The
he
bomb
fucking
landed on him. Like
literally the entire
I,
thing
I
died.
just started laughing and like and like everybody around me was like, "What are you laughing at?" I don't know. I
I
thought that's hilarious.
when Captain Marvel came when the guns started shooting into like this into the clouds and all that, I'm like, what the fuck are they trying to like summon a cyclone or something? What's going on? And then no, then Captain Marvel came in and just snapped. I'm like, oh, Captain Marvel. But
Yeah, she finally comes into the movie after her useless time.
yeah, that's true. What's the so what's the next death that we
All
wanted to
right, so the next death is Iron Man. If
Iron
we're
Man?
going in order,
Yeah,
so Iron Man's like the most shocking thing that happened in this movie.
yeah.
So like I don't know, that made me want to cry, but like I don't know, I wanted to like cry and say I cried at the movie, but I like couldn't cry. I don't know why.
The weird thing with him was that I was thought that the way his wife came, uh,
Yeah, why was she? Oh yeah, because they're on Earth. It just seemed like they're on a different planet for some reason. It's like the end of Infinity War
yeah, the
or
when
sort of.
when she was talking to him when he was like literally like half burned, it was
Hmm.
just like what it's so weird like how when Hulk like revives
Yeah,
he survives, but like
it really
if
took me a minute to think about that because
but
Thanos
when
survived it because he's like this Titan and he's like a god, and then Hulk survived it because he said he's made out of basically gamma rays, which is what's in the Infinity Gauntlet.
yeah,
That's why he
but
survives, but Iron Man is just a man, so that's why he dies, I
well,
think.
yeah, that I think that's a good explanation, but it's just like he wasn't here to kill all the universe. He just killed like that little army that was there because in relation to the it wasn't little, but
Yeah,
the
it was
I
like
mean,
minor compared to the other two.
yeah, like yeah. So I mean, I guess I don't know if it equals out, but I mean, he is just a man, and
Maybe just using the glove just like uses the same energy, so like
I guess
all that
so.
radiation just burned him up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, I
Um,
don't know. I was like, I think Spider-Man like he like took the spotlight talking to Tony like when he's dying, and I'm like Spider-Man, get out of the way. His wife needs to talk to him. I'm like go get out of the way. Like
yeah,
leave Spider-Man. We don't need you right now. You know
it's
I
kind
love
of
him.
yeah. I like how Spider-Man is kind of basically the reason why uh, he goes back. It was
Yeah.
really a big thing with because I was actually kind of debating it too. It's like, well, now everyone's kind of moved on in a little bit of a way. Like everyone's
Hmm.
kind of making their own with peace with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But now like Iron Man has a wife and a kid and everything, so you
Yeah,
know,
that really made me sad. I'm like, why would they make him have a kid and then
basically
just
everyone
kill
gets
him?
yeah, and like
Just make more emotional effect, I guess.
yeah, because like Iron Man didn't really lose anyone. I mean, okay, he lost. Never mind. No, don't take that. No, he lost Spider Man. I guess that's never mind. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess that's what kind of tipped it because he's like, well, we're gonna bring everyone back, and then we're gonna keep everyone that that we have now.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna go back to that time.
That
So
ending, like where they had the funeral for Iron Man, and then Happy is talking to his daughter, to Iron Man's daughter, and she's like, whatever the "I love you 3000" thing.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that was so sad. Or the hamburgers. I don't know what they're talking about, but like whenever she said "I love you 3000," like that was just like the craziest thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
That made me really. That hit me in my feels, I guess you could say.
Yes. Yeah,
And I hate kids, by the way, and that really hit me for some reason.
yeah, Dan yeah, for the Avengers and yeah, I was kind of when I first watched Avengers Infinity War, I was told like the one spoiler like, oh wait, Iron Man dies. I'm like what? And then
Really, but
yeah,
he
and then
doesn't
when
die. He
and
just gets
then
stabbed.
yeah, and then like when they were fighting, like okay, this is when he dies, and when he gets stabbed, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, this is he's dead. And I
Yeah,
wasn't asking back. I'm like, okay, I got spoiled. He dies, and then he didn't die. I'm like, what? But now I wasn't expecting him. I mean, as I said before, I was kind of expecting the main people to die, but like not like by using it. Um,
yeah.
by using the gauntlet.
You know what I'm
You know,
thinking? I think Robert Downey Jr. is like he's like an amazing actor. Like he did amazing. It's probably his best movie ever. But like he's I don't know. I think his acting when it comes to dying is like kind of bad. Like his death was like kind of just bleh.
I was kind of like the way his wife was talking. I was kind of expecting they were going to use like advanced like medical technology
Yeah,
to like
yeah,
bring him
exactly.
back. I'm like, oh, like, he's gonna come because she's like, you don't worry, you'll be all right. I'm like, oh, he's gonna
Yeah,
be all right. And like
I'm like he's gonna live, and then
they bamboozled
apparently
me.
and then he I didn't even notice that he died. I just see like Pepper, she just like starts crying, and I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, is he dead? I didn't know if he's dead. I was like asking people around me, like, is he dead? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I guess what we were mentioning earlier is like no one could have predicted like how the people died, how they would have gone out. Like
Yeah.
Captain America, I guess the next kind of person
Well,
we
we'll
could
get to
talk.
that in a minute.
Yeah, it's just like the way for him is just like who knew that he would like
Go out that way.
just like it makes sense now. Like it all. I guess let's just move on to Captain America, but it was just like they all.
That really confused me at first. I was like, what is happening?
I thought like when they
Like he
saw
goes to the quantum realm, and
and then he
like,
doesn't come back. I'm like, oh, what's happening? Like I wasn't gonna put two. I didn't. I mean I didn't put it two and two together. I don't know if it's not until like it actually like when they saw like Captain America like sitting in the lake. I'm like, oh, I guess they fucked up, and now he's been like waiting for years.
yeah.
He's gonna be pissed off. I'm like,
That's actually something. Okay, so Captain America goes in for a couple seconds, and he comes back as an old man, and he's experienced life, right?
yeah.
But earlier in the movie, when they were testing Ant-Man, and
Mm-hmm.
he goes back and he becomes like a baby, and then he becomes an old man. Does that mean Ant-Man experienced like his entire life until he was an old man?
I don't know.
See, like that's kind of like a
Well,
plot hole.
for what
I don't
happened
know.
with Captain America is that after he put all the stones back to where they originally were in the timeline, he went to the timeline where he didn't go under ice.
Hmm.
Because this is what confuses me. If I'm reading the scene correctly, he actually lived his life with his the love of his life.
Yeah. So
Uh,
he never did that mission
ice.
where he
Yeah.
flies into the
So
ice.
how the hell is he in this timeline now? Like,
Exactly. This I don't know.
because then he would have not never how. Yeah. So I mean,
And
it's
by the
kind of
way, Marvel
confusing.
did amazing with that scene. Like he just it was so authentic, but you could tell that's the same actor, Chris
Well, that
Evans.
that was the same actor.
Yeah, that was Chris
I mean, I
Evans.
could buy that. Yeah.
That it looked like him. Like they did really good job at that, whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah, it was really sweet the way they're sending him off. I mean, he didn't die, but like he's not coming back for the next.
Yeah, he won't be in another movie. He's done. They'll probably have like a scene in the next, I don't know, Avengers movie a couple years from now,
Hmm.
and it'll be like rest in peace, Steve Rogers or something, like on a gravestone or something.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think that's what will happen. Maybe they'll get him to come in for a movie for a few seconds without a contract or whatever.
Yeah, and so I guess let's talk about the ending battle and all that. Um, for a moment,
That was an amazing battle.
it was just so much epic. Like I don't know what
See,
to.
I I liked Infinity War better when it came to the action because like
Hmm.
the entire movie is just action like the
Yeah,
entire time, and
yeah.
then Endgame was better like
It
when
was
it
more
came to
like
this like
yeah,
story.
yeah.
But then I don't know. I think Endgame's like end battle was like way better than like the final battle of Infinity War 10 times better.
I think the Infinity War was more, especially since I didn't know they were going to be revived.
Yeah.
I think it was more impactful for me.
Everybody was shook when they got out of that movie theater.
But like
Everybody in my movie theater was like when the credits rolled, they're like, "What?" And this one black dude stands up, he's like, "Why did they do that?"
holy shit. Yeah, the yeah, for the Avenger, yeah, so like I think Avengers Infinity War, the battle was a lot more, I guess, intense, but it was the way they did it for this one, it was also intensive. Like all the way the gauntlet was flying everywhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was really trip. So they did it well. Like the way they made actually conflict into it, because as we explained, like the first half, like I didn't know what the fuck was going. Like I mean I knew it was. She's like, okay, but how? Where's the conflict? What's gonna happen? How are they gonna do this?
Yeah.
Like especially when they're like, let's kick Thanos' ass in like the first 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, so I heard this was a 3-hour movie, so what's gonna happen? So
it really didn't feel like a 3-hour movie.
yeah.
Like, so that was I was timing it. So my show time was at 4 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's a 3-hour movie, and it's 6:30, and then the final battle is starting, and I'm like, oh boy, we're about to get a 30-minute final battle, or probably like more like 20 minutes, but that's a long final battle.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, just the effects, just the action, everything was great.
Yeah, all the CG was amazing in this movie.
And I
I
like
noticed
the
some flaws in Infinity War, like some of the bad guys on Thanos' side looked a little weird,
mm-hmm.
but like this movie, like everything just looked perfect.
I liked how I think for I liked how for the bad guy the Thanos' side they made like more extra bad people, like the bad guys were more diverse in a
Yeah,
it was more than just like running chinchillas and like
yeah, whatever those things were.
yeah, like running chinchillas, the 5 main bad guys, and then on like big ass like rock like
It's like those
boulders.
Half-Life 2 head ass like little little crawly things, whatever they call them.
yeah. Yeah. Um, but then there was like 5 or 6 more kind of different types of things. You
Hmm.
know, these fucking huge like giants and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
The final battle, like when, like all of a sudden, like when Thanos' army just comes in, like I was like, oh, here comes all his goons. I don't know how they're gonna defeat him. Like I don't know what was happening. I
Yeah,
was like,
when
how are they gonna fix this? And I'm like, well, obviously the other Avengers are gonna just appear somehow.
how well I think the way they first appear, like when Doctor Strange opened one shield and 3 people came out,
Hmm.
like I'm like I think it could have been like some different people that came out to kind of.
Yeah, not Black Panther because he can't really do much in that battle.
I know it's like when Black Panther, it's like I'm like yeah, Black Panther was cool and all, but like what like like
Also,
those.
I don't like how. Yeah, sorry, random thought. I don't like how Captain Marvel came in so late to that battle because
How did she know that was going on anyway?
I don't know. She's like saying how she has so many universes and blah blah blah. I mean, galaxies, blah 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 to help, but like her home planet is Earth.
Oh
So why is
yeah,
she not putting priority to Earth? I don't know.
I think
That's
so.
what I mean.
She kind of put herself to helping all the other planets in the universe, but like
Yeah, but if I were her, I mean, I'm from Earth. I would definitely put my
I mean,
priority there.
if I think my problem is that I don't. She should have known that. Like, I mean, if Thanos, I think maybe she like realized Thanos was on Earth, and that's why she came.
Hmm.
And that's why she was a little bit late because she was maybe in another place. So that's
Yeah.
probably my idea. But yeah, I like the final battle. And just the way they blew up the entire building, I'm like, what the fuck? I was not expecting that at all.
Just the nuke or whatever that was. That was so funny.
It was literally like as you said,
Also,
a Nagasaki.
why couldn't Thanos just like went and stolen some nukes from the U.S. or something and just dropped it on the Earth? Like if you
You know,
really want to
actually,
wipe out everybody.
when he was in 2014, uh he actually has nuclear or some sort of nuclear device. If you saw the planet he was on when he was killing some people,
Hmm.
or when Gamora and
Yeah.
Nebula,
And he just wipes it
if
out.
he and he's like when they come back on, he was like fighting some other aliens, and then when he's down on his when they're back on the spaceship and the planets below them, you could see, you know, this big sprawling like alien metropolis, and then you should see like in the middle where all the bright lights are, just like this fire, this like
Yeah, like a
mushroom
mushroom
cloud.
cloud. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has nuclear bombs, but
Well, if he said he wanted to wipe out Earth. Like he's more evil in this one. Why not just
yeah.
drop the nukes on it, dude? Like he has the technology.
Well,
He's
he's
like
trying. I
a
think
space
he's
creature.
trying to get the stones first. I think,
Ah,
and
makes sense.
if he nukes them, the stones are probably gone,
Yeah,
or he can't like retrieve them.
it's
Um,
true. They probably destroy the stones.
and
I do wish they showed in the movie a little bit more, like in the beginning, how he destroyed the stones.
yeah, I
Instead
would
of just
love
being like,
that.
oh, they're gone. Like, what if they're not actually gone? What if they're just like in his ass or something?
That's where the
It's
Ant
like
Man
his prison pocket, and then Ant-Man has to reach in there.
no. Then that's why that's like Ant Man has to go inside his ass because like that's
See,
where the theory comes from.
dude, we're better writers than the Russo brothers or whatever they're called. Just kidding. That would be an awful movie. But
No, I'm great. I'm kidding. No, he just like resists like he can't. He's not talking where the stones are at, and
yeah,
he's like, I'm not.
I don't think anything made me more shook than Thanos' hand getting chopped off and then his head getting chopped off.
That was really just unexpected.
That was that shook everybody. Everybody in the movie theater was like, "What? What just happened?"
Because everyone's expecting like this big fight, and he just like the one thing I kind of made him really ominous is like he's like I am inevitable, and that's kind of like wow, that's
Yeah, okay.
I really like that. That
And
was
then he
really
like
cool.
repeats the line when he snaps at the end, but like there's no stones in it.
I I guess we should talk a little bit more on I guess who else? I guess in the middle because I get we talked a little bit for the beginning and the end. What about the middle kind of? Let's talk a little bit
Gosh, what
more.
happened in the middle? There's like so much good stuff happened in the beginning and at the end. So like I don't even know what happened in the middle.
It was just like I think the time sequences. I guess how do you think about one thing I kind of liked is they call like the vanished.
Yeah, yeah,
I kind of liked how they made this how when Ant Man made it into the realization he was like his
yeah. He wasn't just like, oh, whatever. People died. Mass
yeah
population.
he was like really just everyone's dead Jesus yeah and it's like and I like how it was called the vanished those large tombstones and all that the
Yeah,
way I liked it was like it seemed like a post-apocalyptic thing but like
it really
not it's
wasn't. Yeah.
but again it was like you could see like a lot more trees a lot more environment things like it was a
Hmm.
lot more nature but like it feels like if The Walking Dead happened and then like 50 years forward.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't pull like some I am legend shit and like make everything just like overgrown.
yeah,
They
yeah,
kind of did with that. Like they did that overshot of like that baseball park or whatever, like arena,
yeah.
and like it kind of like and all these cars are abandoned. Like that was I'm like that's a little overkill, I guess.
yeah. But it's like everything because the infrastructure was in place to support like 7 billion. Now there's only like 2 or 3 billion, 3.5 billion.
Yeah.
But that still is a lot, like when you think about it. But
Yeah, it's a lot for people to like get their shit together and not let everything get overgrown in the major cities, you know.
like people don't realize that that was like the population of Earth in like 1950 or something like
Yeah,
that.
like I don't know. I think some things could have been thought out a little better in this movie.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, look, who are we? Like, I'm like,
I mean, it's still a
actually,
10 out of 10. Like, I don't really care. Like, it's a good story.
yeah, that's what we're saying. We're not movie critics. We're just people talking about it.
I do want to be a movie critic one day. You know, I rate all the movies I see. I write them all down.
Really,
Yeah, both Infinity War and Endgame were both 10 out of 10s for me.
uh,
And Captain Marvel was a 9 out of 10 actually.
it's really hard for me to give like a perfect rating or a bad rating because I'm like, oh, it's a 2 out of 10. I'm like, you have to be like a
Yeah,
very shitty movie to give you a 2 out of 10, and you have to be a really like 10 out of 10 is like a god, like God came down to earth and be like,
yeah.
here's my
I've
movie.
only ever given well the thing I've only ever given 3 movies a 10 out of 10.
What are the three movies? So if
Well,
Infinity War, Endgame, and what?
4 movies, 4 movies.
Four?
I gave Infinity War and Endgame 10 out of 10. And I also gave Baby Driver 10 out of 10,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Logan.
Logan. Yeah, Baby Driver
Surprisingly,
was good.
3 of them are Marvel movies. But I
Logan's a
just
Marvel. I thought that was DC.
no, it's Logan. I mean, it's Marvel. It's just like it's like spin-off. Like it's from Fox or some of those other branch companies. Like, so that's why the Wolverine isn't in.
People were having like theories like, oh, the X-Men are gonna arrive. You know what they should do?
Not
Like
gonna
for the
happen.
Phase 4, they should have like
Yeah,
they should actually like when they start making original content for some
yeah.
original, they should have like X-Men and Fantastic Four.
I agree with X-Men, but not Fantastic Four.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I know I know they make
I
shit.
hate Fantastic Four. It's awful.
Well, yeah, but they always make shitty versions. But like, I'm pretty confident that Marvel could be able to make like a real
Yeah, yeah.
do it justice.
I would like to see X-Men in it, but like I just don't think it'll happen because like X-Men is literally releasing a new movie coming up.
What?
Like, did you see the trailer for it? Dark Phoenix or something, whatever it's
No, I
called?
haven't. I haven't watched X-Men movies really.
They're good. I've seen them all, but like the best one's definitely Logan.
I remember. I
I just
remember.
love I don't know. I just love the way that movie turned out.
I remember a few years ago. There was a poster where like the main villain in one of the X-Men movies was like choking a woman, and everyone was getting all pissed off about that.
I
And it's
don't know
like
what you're talking about, but that's funny actually.
it's like this. He's like this nigga's about to kill the entire world. He's
Oh
like,
my god.
why don't you think he's gonna choke a bitch or something? Yeah, he's gonna choke some pitches. But anyway, um,
We could have a movie discussion some other time, but like back to
yeah,
Endgame.
back to yeah. So what else?
I could do movie discussions all day.
So what do you think about the Guardians of the Galaxy? How they made incorporated Thor into them?
I love that. And like they just really I think they already set up the plot for the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah,
I mean it could be changed obviously, but because like I think you disagreed with me. This is before we started streaming. You disagreed with me earlier.
yeah. That,
Um
that their main mission was gonna try to find Gamora.
yeah, so like Gamora went missing at the end of Endgame. So what if in volume 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy they have, you know, the whole group Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor this time, but without Gamora, and they're gonna try and find Gamora, and like Quill's gonna try and get Gamora to love him again, I guess.
Yeah, because like that Gamora like doesn't know who the fuck Quill is.
Yeah, because she's from the past, 2014.
Yeah, this was like, and the Quill she would have gone out with is like knocked out still.
Yeah,
So she doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
yeah, and then when she finally sees him, she's like, "This is the guy."
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, "Why you gotta do my man Quill like that?"
yeah. I liked how I hope Thor comes back to his regular self and doesn't
Ooh.
keep becoming like a beer belly. You know?
Yeah, I hope he's not some fat ass. Like, I mean, it's cool to make jokes that he's like thick as fuck in this movie, but like,
He's like a frat bro or something like that, but like
yeah.
it's kind of time to move on.
You know something I just thought about?
That's gonna be you after you go to college. You know.
Hell no. Oh yeah, I'm like this runner, like really fit dude, and then all of a sudden I go to college and I'm gonna come out like a land whale,
Yeah.
like what I don't want to be ever.
You're gonna become the people that you hate. Like you're gonna be those fat land whales in the movie.
I do not hate fat people, by the way. I do not.
Yeah.
But anyway, something I thought about just now
Mhm.
is that if you really think about it, Quill is responsible for Black Widow's death
What? Well, I mean, like, what do you mean?
because um because in the fight scene in Infinity War where like they have
Oh yeah, when he like
Thanos, they
killed.
have his Infinity Gauntlet, then he punches him and like he regains himself or whatever. It's like if he never punched him, everybody would have been saved. That whole disaster on Earth would have never happened.
Well, apparently,
Black Widow would have never died.
the weird thing is that like uh the thing with because when Doctor Strange was like looking through it, he said there's only one scenario where they win against Thanos.
Ah, that's true.
And so apparently, I mean that's kind of. I guess it's like a plot, but it's kind of for the sake of the plot. But it's like what's implied is that, like for example, even when he gives up the stone, like how can he like give up the stone? Like the stone's just like magically in like the ether. He has to
Yeah,
summon it. How the hell does Thanos get that time stone? But apparently he somehow gets the time stone somehow.
yeah,
And saying so there was even if they what's implied is that even if he doesn't go on a rampage or something,
hmm
or maybe it's just he always will go on a rampage. But it doesn't matter. In every single scenario, it has to lead to him doing it. Like there's no scenario in any sort of
yeah.
continuous time span that he does not beat up Thanos. for loving Gamora because like he lost Gamora.
Yeah,
So I mean, I guess
I see what you mean.
I think yeah. I don't think it's. I mean, maybe they replace Gamora with Thor, but like I think yeah, they might be like
Oh,
trying
I
to,
can see that they might
or,
replace him,
or
replace
maybe
her.
like they try to get like she does leave, but then like the main plot of the next Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of like surrounding the like kind of earning her trust, making her want to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
part of
yeah.
the team. That's kind of be part of that.
Or yeah, like you said, might just be Thor taking her spot.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
kind of
that.
makes me sad. I was really hoping at the beginning of the movie, I was thinking like, I really hope Loki and all those people come back because I would like to see one more Thor movie because I really liked Thor and Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did that movie really well, but at the same time, I think they like made it that way because they're transitioning Thor into a Guardians of the Galaxy sort of character.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I don't
Asgard's
know.
basically gone. You know.
Yeah, it's gone. Like it's gone. Like that's why they have New Asgard in some shitty beach in like England or something.
Yeah, I guess yeah. That's Thor, and then Captain America's moving on. What happened with Iron? So and then no one's gonna be the new Iron Man. Like who's gonna be like the new
Oh
lead?
yeah, because then we can talk about that. What's his name?
Sam,
Yeah, Sam or whatever his superhero name is.
the black man, the black Robo. Oh, what was it? Kill robot,
Oh no,
machine killer.
not War Machine. Falcon.
Falcon. Yeah.
Yeah, so Falcon's gonna be the new Captain America.
I don't know
Uh,
how to. I mean, I'm fine. I mean,
Which I mean, it's gonna be cool. I mean, they did that in the comics, so it's kind of expected.
really, I haven't watched the comics at all or read them at all.
Yeah, my black friend was sitting next to me in the movie theater, and
Hmm.
I was like, his name's Keanu. I was like, yo, Keanu, they're about to have a black Captain America, and he's like, yo, let's get it.
Yeah.
I
I
thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. It was pretty awesome. I liked it.
Yeah, I like that decision. I think, what if they make like a standalone, like another Captain America movie, but this time with
My
Falcon?
question is like, what are they gonna do for like now that so the main basically leader you could say the Avengers Iron Man is gone. You know Captain America's gone. Uh, Thor's
Yeah,
kind of
who's gonna be
gone
the
with
new
the
leader?
Guardians. So like how what's gonna be the new kind of I guess group? You know, like you know the black you know the Wakanda people are with their own black ethno state in Africa. You know the
I mean, if I think they make another Avengers movie, I think all the ones that are still left will be there,
well yeah, but like how are they
and
gonna
then
like
they'll have
because usually when they unite, it's always like those four people who are like the main.
ah. I don't think it'll ever go back to that because there's just so many
Yeah,
characters in the MCU now. I don't think it'll ever get back to the way it was in the first Avengers, whereas there's only like four or five main characters. I just don't think it'll ever go back there.
yeah,
I'm
that's
not sure if there'll be a leader either.
yeah. I mean, where do you think they're gonna go from here? Like, what's the
I don't know. I mean, they're planning to make another Black Panther and Spider-Man movie.
yeah,
Spider-Man Far From Home's already the trailers already came out.
yeah? Apparently they go. Apparently they go to Europe or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that because Spider-Man Homecoming was like my second favorite MCU movie. Oh, and unpopular opinion, I still think Spider-Man 1, like the original with Tobey Maguire is like better.
I like the
I
ones that
love
came
that
out a
movie.
few years. I'm kidding. No, I
No, not Andrew Garfield. Dear
didn't.
God.
No, I'm kidding.
But
Um,
I do love the guy that plays
I just
Spider-Man now.
I just remember the end of it was like he started fighting a rhinoceros and then like that was the end of the series or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like what? They never finished it, right? They only released two movies.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, it's
They fired the dude for being like a retard or something.
yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's the point of it. It's like you don't know. It's like kind of like an end thing. You know,
It
it's an
is Endgame. I mean, we just don't know.
yeah. I mean, it is
We
really
don't know what's going up.
like we don't know where you know what's gonna happen. You know, it's just everything's kind of it sets up where there's more. They can make more movies, but it's like if you stop watching.
They can make so many more branches of like they could probably make some more heroes now. I don't know.
What? Yeah, the. Oh, but I have a question. Who's gonna wield the hammer now? It's like
I
because
guess I guess Thor has two hammers. He has the ham axe and he has the hammer.
Stormbreaker, yeah.
Yeah, Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. Is that it? Stormbreaker,
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
I just call it the hammer.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, okay. Stormbreaker's the new one. Mjolnir's the old one. I think. I'm not sure. I'm not too big on all that terminology.
So
What else is there to talk about? We covered like, I think they're like after the stream ends, we're gonna be like, oh, we forgot to talk about this, and we're like, oh shit,
yeah, we
that always happens. Every
yeah
time
we
we're
need.
having a
I'm
discussion.
trying to bring up the Avengers and Endgame Wikipedia, but like, wait, hold up, what did we miss?
Hmm.
Like, what was the worst part of the movie?
Kind of like that after the like when they chopped Thanos' head off or whatever in the beginning. Like, right after that, it kind of got really, really slow for a while.
Yeah, for like
Like
the
like
first.
when like when Black Widow started crying, blah blah blah. Like I don't. I think that's when that was.
Yeah, that was. I mean, they had to build.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because it's
that
5 years
was kind of
later.
like where they were kind of like I guess setting the scene for like the aftermath.
Yeah,
That's
just
like,
that
hey,
5 years later scene,
like
like the
like
entire time, like I'm just like, what? It's so boring, I was kind of like, man, I'm kind of disappointed with this movie so far.
yeah, it was just like yeah, I mean, they were setting the scene for like the future, because it's like, oh, Iron Man has to decide if he has to leave his child and everything. It's kind of like setting the scene. So it was essential, but it was just like the thing that put me on edge was like I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. Like how okay, so Thanos is dead. So what happens?
Yeah,
Um. So I think but like when Ant Man came, I'm like, okay, they're gonna do some sort of like time thing.
Ant-Man will go up Thanos' asshole.
Yeah, yeah. Um.
I don't really know what else to talk about.
Let me bring up the Avengers Endgame thing quickly.
I do miss the back in the day, just regular Avengers, how like simple it was.
Yeah, it's
I
just
feel like they could have made a couple more Avengers movies like that.
of course every Avengers movie is like $1 billion and all that.
It's true. And basically, I don't know. I don't care what people say. I think Captain America: Civil War was basically an Avengers movie.
Captain
Like,
America.
I think they were better off titling that Avengers: Civil War.
Yeah, I mean,
And it
I
would
can
have gotten a
see
lot
either
more
way.
hype too.
I think what
What?
happened? What happens with the Jane? You know what? I'm reading something right now. You know how Jane Foster was in there? I just
Who's that?
uh, that's the lover of Thor. That was his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
What happened to her?
I don't know. I don't remember. Did she die in the Dark World? Maybe.
I think so because she's there, but
The Dark World. I did see that movie, but I barely remember it because
I
it's one of
watched
the
it.
it's one of the worst MCU movies, but it's not bad. It's just like
I watched it and then
I
like
just
I
barely
watched it
remember
in
it.
2014 and then like it's been like 4 years. So
And yeah, you watch it once and you never see it again. Like
that's how most movies are for me. Only once in a blue moon.
unless they're really
Like,
good, I'll see them
yeah,
twice. Like I'm
yeah,
definitely gonna go see Endgame probably again like next week or something.
maybe. Then next week now, I need a few. I
Well, I
remember
don't
watching
know.
Infinity War twice.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, like I don't know if I'll see Endgame twice. Like it's I have no urge to like go back to the movie theater. Like and when Infinity War happened, I don't know. Maybe it's just like how shook I was, but like after I seen it once, I want like I as soon as I watched the movie, I'm like I want to stay in this theater and watch it again. Like it was so good.
Yeah, I
Honestly, I think if I could like rate these movies more specifically, I would give Infinity War like a 10.5 and Endgame a 10, like just regular 10. Because I like
ten
Infinity
point
War.
five out of 10.
I, well, I mean, it sounds stupid, but I think I like Infinity more than more than I liked Endgame.
Yeah, like as I said, for me, it's like I rate movies like technically the only if I watch a movie that's regular or just good, it's basically a rating like 4 out of like 9. That's usually the ratings I give. Like I don't like it's a 1
I'm
or
trying
a
to think
2.
of the last movie that I gave like that low of a rating.
I think the worst movie I could generally so the one thing I think I gave like a 4 out of 10 or 3 out of 10 was like the latest Transformers movie or something like that.
Oh,
I
I have
literally
one.
fell asleep. I fell asleep in the middle of like so like
Yeah.
and
So speaking of that, the
then I think
Pacific Rim Job or whatever the hell that movie was,
Rim Job.
like the Uprising, whatever that new Pacific Rim Job movie was.
I
Like
didn't watch that one.
I gave that movie like a 3 out of 10. Like it was so bad. Such a bad movie.
I remember people saying like Pacific Rim was good. I remember it being a good movie.
The original one wasn't bad. It's just
Yeah.
like the new
I,
one. Oh,
I remember
awful.
I think the worst movie ever was like that I are in modern history was like Gods of Egypt or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I would have like good thing I was like watching a
Or
pirated
the Mummy.
version of
The
The
Mummy
Mummy.
of Tom Cruise.
Oh, I
That
heard
was
that was
awful.
I didn't watch that either, but like I watched uh event the fuck I forgot what was I
You know,
called.
a recent one was Holmes and Watson
I
with
didn't
what's his
watch that
name?
either.
It had like the two actors from Talladega Nights, Will Ferrell and whatever the guy's name is, but it had like the two actors that everybody loves
Hmm.
together. And like everybody's like, "This is gonna be such a great movie" because they're both in Talladega Nights, and Talladega Nights is a great movie.
And
But
it wasn't good.
it's I heard it sucks.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
heard it's not worth your time.
but yeah, the if I wasn't watching the pirated version, I would have like walked out of the theater for Gods of Egypt. Um, for and I spent like for Endgame, I spent like $20 on or $17 on like I bought a Coke, a medium popcorn or a small popcorn, and then like a candy, sour Skittles for some reason, but yeah, but and I ate like 1/10 of the way down from my small popcorn. I didn't touch my drink at all, and I like ate maybe like 20
Yeah, you're like
Skittles.
that invested into
I
it.
didn't eat it all.
You're like that invested into the movie. You just can't focus on food.
I got
Then
some
here, I
food.
bought a large popcorn. I ate like a fourth of it. Then at
I
the end, I'm like walking down the stairs like to get out of the movie theater. I'm
like
like eating as much as I could before I threw it in the trash can. I'm like, oh god, I spent money on this. I gotta eat it.
you know I like for me I'm like a skinny boy, so like whenever I eat when I ate like what like a little bit of my small popcorn or and I drank just a little bit of the Coke. I didn't I drank like the Coke kind of spilled over the cover, and I
Yeah.
just kind of slurped it. But
Hmm.
I really like the uh how do you say it I felt like I felt like Thor in that movie. Like I turned into him. I like ate a little bit, and now I feel like a fat ass.
Thor's such a fat ass dude.
So I kind of liked how I like the funny scene. I mean, maybe it's because like people laughed when they were happening.
Yeah.
I remember um they were because I it could be a lot like you could watch it when like no one's in the movie theater, and then like when a joke happens, like no one laughs because like there's not like a big laugh track
Yeah.
background essentially, and then you're like because usually I just kind of giggle or not giggle, just kind of like
Yeah.
smile.
See, that's the thing. Like, all these people are like cracking up laughing. This is like retarded at the top of the movie theater. He was like every single little thing that was like remotely funny. This happens to me every time I go to a movie, by the way. But like everything that happens, he's like going crazy. He's like, ah, oh my god, it's so funny.
It's like,
um,
shut up, you fucking greasy idiot.
yeah, this happens every time. And then when I went to go see Us,
Mm-hmm.
like there's the same thing. Like this lady sitting next to me was like just laughing at everything. I'm like, it's not even a funny movie. It was a horror movie. I mean, there's funny scenes and all, but I don't
Yeah.
know. And like I'm over here just kind of smiling, like. And then when there were scenes that like nobody laughed at, I would be the only one laughing.
Huh.
So I thought it was like I don't know.
That makes you this week's loser. I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. Did you look up anything that we might have missed for Endgame before we kind of? So I guess
Nah,
I give it a 9 out of 10.
yeah, it got a 10 out of 10 for me. I think it's kind of biased, because I just love Marvel movies.
Yeah, DC's kind of left in the dust. They're kind of like, oh, we made Justice League. Oh,
Yeah, then the next DC thing that I'll watch that I might give like that could possibly get like maybe a 9 out of 10 is the new Joker movie
oh, the Joker movie, yeah.
with
It's like
Joaquin
we live in a
Phoenix.
society and all that.
Yeah, I saw his comment and it was uh like new Joker becomes the Joker because of society. Like I
Essentially.
don't know. And then the old Joker becomes the Joker from whatever something else. I don't remember. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I think we covered everything
yeah, I think
or mostly everything.
yeah, yeah, I think I think one last thing I want to add is just like kind of like the time, how the time thing kind of wobbles and wiggle, just kind of made everything so like who's who and who's like
Yeah.
how everything's so fucked up. You know, it's
At
just
least
kind
it
of
wasn't too many people that were like from a different time. It was
yeah.
really only Nebula and Gamora and Thanos. Well, and his whole army, basically. But don't worry about that.
How the fuck did they like? How did that entire army fit inside that like ship? That's my question.
Wait, yeah.
I,
That wait, doesn't that mean there's like two Thanos' armies out there?
you know how
Like
they
they
like?
didn't wipe out his whole army.
No, it's so weird. Okay, wait a minute. I have a question. Now that you brought it up, so remember how like they Nebula captured something from like the little the bottle of particles of like red or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and then she used it to teleport the ship, right? Because the ship teleported out of the time travel machine,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like this tiny car, and then like it expanded and like blew out of the windows, right?
Mm-hmm.
But think about it. They had to time travel into the future, trillions of like these like rat Left 4 Dead things and robots and defy fucking goons and all that.
Yeah.
They had to transform all those. How did they get them? You know, you can't. Did they
I
get?
don't I don't even know.
It's so weird. I
Yeah.
mean, it is the quantum realm, so maybe it's just they could
Yeah,
just
the quantum realm is just like trippy in general.
yeah. It's just like everyone's kind of like oh like I liked how the wizard was like oh she'd get. Wait, I have a question. Isn't that world fucked though? Like is the Hulk supposed to give back the or did Captain America do that?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like remember she was like, "Hey, if you take this time from this timeline, we're fucked because then Dormir was going to come and eat our ass." And I hope you're
Yeah.
right. And then Hulk's like, "Yes, I'll bring it back." He never brings it back.
Well, that's
Or
the
just
thing. Loki has a stone.
well that's the that's for that timeline though.
But it's there's a lot of plot holes, I think.
But the
Yeah,
thing,
it confuses me.
I think what is that Captain America brought back that I think they just messed up with that timeline.
Hmm.
That's that guy because like oh yeah we accidentally made that guy leave.
Or maybe they didn't. We're just like two retards and we can't figure it out. Who knows?
But I think Captain America like restored the thing for um he like gave it back to that wizard person
Yeah.
because that's when he like gave it all the things back and then he came
Hmm.
and then I think that's why I think it's just the one thing they just messed up was the was that scene with 2012 and then when they messed that up they had to go to 1970 so they got the they brought when he brought back the what are the space stone or the mind
I don't know. I don't even know what stones are which anymore, to be honest with you.
yeah yeah
I
so
saw
like
the soul stone's the red one.
the soul stone's the yellow one.
No, it's not.
No, the red stone's the reality stone.
No. Oh my god. Maybe it's like an orange one.
What the fuck? I don't think there was an orange one.
No, because like that. I don't even know, dude. Like,
I just know I like the I just wanted
I
to
need an
have
ass stone.
an ass stone.
Yes.
Yes.
Captain America's got the America's ass.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's a wrap up. I guess we liked it, just us shooting the shit.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Go see
Um
it.
yeah, I
If you
oh yeah, by the
if you
way,
haven't watched any
oh
Marvel
yeah,
movies, you should watch some other
yeah.
ones.
So this is a by the way, there's a spoiler alert for this. thing, by the way. So.
At the very end, you said, "All right."
Yeah. Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, I guess that's it. I'll like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to check out my Patreon. To join the Royal Wandering Army, and you can become part of my Thanos army, and we could kill the world.
Subscribe to me too. I'm upcoming.
Yeah, Daniel just made his thing
Channel
today.
today.
Yeah, so he has 1 subscriber, that being me. So
And my picture isn't showing up on the stream, but I don't know. It's whatever.
yeah, it's the loyal Krusty Krab pizza guy or something.
Smitty Urban Jaeger Jensen.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll do everything I just asked you, and bye bye. Aim high, wander on from America with Russian love.